So, good morning, everyone. Amber, would you pray for devotion? Amber? Yes. Thank you. Amen. All right. So, we're going to be in 1 Samuel chapter 3. Samuel was a judge, he was a priest, a prophet, and a counselor. His mother was Hannah, and she dedicated him to the Lord. He went to live in the tabernacle, and he grew up assisting the high priest Eli. So, Samuel was a prophet who communicated messages to Israel from the Lord, and his messages were of doom and gloom. So 1 Samuel 3, verse 11. Then the Lord said to Samuel, I am about to do a shocking thing in Israel. I'm going to carry out all my threats against Eli and his family from beginning to end. I have warned him that judgment is coming upon his family forever because his sons are blaspheming God, and he hasn't disciplined them. So I have vowed that the sins of Eli and his sons will never be forgiven by sacrifices or offerings. So Eli's sons, they were not acting right in the Lord's sight. So Samuel had to communicate a message, and the message is the judgment will come to the house of Eli. And so his wicked sons in 1 Samuel 2:12 through 17. Now the sons of Eli were scoundrels who had no respect for the Lord or for their duties as priests. Whenever anyone offered a sacrifice, Eli's sons would send over a servant with a three-pronged fork. While the meat of the sacrificed animal was still boiling, the servant would stick the fork into the pot and demand that whatever it brought up be given to Eli's son. And all the Israelites who came to worship at Shiloh were treated this way. Sometimes the servant would come even before the animal's fat had been burned on the altar. He would demand raw meat before it had been boiled so that it could be used for roasting. So, then the man offering the sacrifice might reply, take as much as you want, but the fat must be burned first. And the servant would demand, no, give it to me now, or I'll take it by force. So the sin of these young men was very serious in the Lord's sight, for they treated the Lord's offering with contempt. Okay, and then we'll go to 1 Samuel 7, 1 through 4. 1 Samuel chapter 7, 1 through 4. I'm reading Samuel's messages to you guys. I'll get to this one. Verse 1 through 4. So the men of Kiriath Jearim came back to the ark of the Lord. They took it to the hillside home of Abinadab and organized Eleazar, his son, to be in charge of it. The ark remained in Kiriath Jearim for a long time, 20 years in all. During that time, all Israel mourned because it seemed the Lord had abandoned them. Then Samuel said to all the people of Israel, if you want to return to the Lord with all your hearts, get rid of your foreign gods and your images of Ashtoreth. Turn your hearts to the Lord and obey him alone. Then he will rescue you from the Philistines. The Israelites got rid of their images of Baal and Ashtoreth and worshiped only the Lord. So this message was a warning to them to turn from their idols. In 1 Samuel chapter 8, 10, Samuel warns against a kingdom. So Samuel passed on the Lord's warning to the people who were asking him for a king. This is how a king will rule over you, Samuel said. The king will draft your sons, assign them to his chariots and his charioteers, making them run before his chariots. Some will be generals and captains in his army. Some will be forced to plow in his field and harvest his crops. Some will make his weapons and chariots equipment. The king will take your daughters from you and force them to cook and bake and make perfumes for him. He will take away the best of your fields and vineyards and olive groves and give them to his own officials. He will take a tenth of your grain and your grape harvest and distribute it among his officers and attendants. He will take your male and female slaves and demand the finest of your cattle and donkeys for his own use. He will demand a tenth of your flocks, and you will be his slave. When that day comes, you will beg for relief from this king you are demanding, but the Lord will not help you. So the people of Israel wanted a king because they had just judges back then, but they wanted a king. So this was the warning. Your kings will bring you nothing but trouble. In 1 Samuel 12, next message of Samuel. Verse 25. But if you continue to sin, you and your king will be swept away. So Samuel didn't want to sin against the Lord, but the people were sinning against the Lord. So his message, if you continue to sin, you will be destroyed by God. Kind of like us. You know, it was like a warning, like, you better stop now, or you'll die. He basically told me that. 1 Samuel 13 and 14. This is about Saul. How foolish, Samuel exclaimed. You have not kept the command of the Lord your God gave you. Had you kept it, the Lord would have established your kingdom over Israel forever. But now your kingdom must end. For the Lord has sought out a man after his own heart. The Lord has already appointed him to be the leader of his people, because you have not kept the Lord's command. So we all know this story. When Saul disobeyed, he took he was supposed to kill everything and destroy everything, and he kept the loot and the cattle, right, to feed his people. So if you continue to sin, you will be destroyed by God. And then this was, Saul's kingdom will not continue. Now he took the kingdom away from Saul, give it to David. 1 Samuel 17. Did I write that right? Fifteen. Chapter 15, verse 17. And Samuel told him, although you may think little of yourself, you are not the leader of the tribes of Israel. The Lord has anointed you king of Israel. And the Lord sent you on a mission and told you, go and completely destroy the sinner, the Amalekites, until they are all dead. Why haven't you obeyed the Lord? Why did you rush for the plunder and do what was evil in the Lord's sight? But I did obey the Lord, Saul insisted. I carried out the mission he gave me. I brought back the king Agag, but I destroyed everyone else. Then the troops brought in the best of the sheep, goats, cattle, and plunder to sacrifice to the Lord your God in Gilgal. But Samuel replied, what is more pleasing to the Lord, your burnt offerings and sacrifices, or your obedience to his voice? Listen, obedience is better than sacrifice, and submission is better than offering the fat of rams. Rebellion is as sinful as witchcraft, and stubbornness as bad as worshiping idols. So because you have rejected the command of the Lord, he has rejected you as king. Saul pleads for forgiveness. Then Saul admitted to Samuel, yes, I've sinned. I've disobeyed your instructions and the Lord's command, for I was afraid of the people and did what they demanded. But now please forgive my sin and come back with me so that I may worship the Lord. But Samuel replied, I will not go back with you. Since you have rejected the Lord's command, he has rejected you as king of Israel. As Samuel turned to go, Saul tried to hold him back and tore the hem of his robe. And Samuel said to him, the Lord has torn the kingdom of Israel from you today and has given it to someone else, one who is better than you. And he who is the glory of Israel will not lie, nor will he change his mind, for he is not human that he should change his mind. Then Saul pleaded again, I know I've sinned, but please, at least honor me before the elders of my people, before Israel, by coming back with me, that I may worship the Lord your God. So this message here, oh wait, I'm 31. Did I read 31? So Samuel finally agreed and went back with him. Saul worshiped the Lord. So the message here is Saul's sin. You have sinned before God. And when you do that, consequences. You have to pay the consequences. So we're here to act different and follow what the Lord is telling us to do. So one of the ways the Lord communicates with us is through prophets or other people, or at least back then. It seems like again now. God has unusual methods of communicating. In Genesis 32, 22 through 30. I don't want to read all that. Only 5 minutes. All right. So Jacob wrestles with God. During the night, Jacob got up and took his 2 wives, his 2 servant wives, and his 11 sons, and crossed the Jabbok River with them. After taking them to the other side, he sent over all his possessions. This left Jacob all alone in the camp, and a man came and wrestled with him until the dawn began to break. When the man saw he would not win the match, he touched Jacob's hip and wrenched it out of its socket. Then the man said, let me go, for the dawn is breaking. But Jacob said, I will not let you go unless you bless me. What is your name? The man asked. He replied, Jacob. Your name will no longer be Jacob, the man told him. From now on you will be called Israel, because you have fought with God and with men and have won. Please tell me your name, Jacob said. Why do you want to know my name? The man replied. Then he blessed Jacob there. Jacob named the place Peniel, which means face of God, where he said, I have seen God face to face, yet my life has been spared. The sun was rising as Jacob left Peniel, and he was limping because of the injury to his hip. Even today, people of Israel don't eat the tendon near the hip socket because of what happened that night when the man strained the tendon of Jacob's hip. So that's one of the ways that the Lord communicates with us, angels. And then I have a couple more. Well, the Lord has control of time, right? Luke 1:13. Oh, that was Genesis 32, 22 to 32. Now we're going to Luke 1. The unusual methods that the Lord communicates with us. Luke 1, verse 13. But the angel said, don't be afraid, Zechariah. God has heard your prayer. Your wife Elizabeth will give you a son. You are to name him John. There you go. The Lord just communicated with her and used an angel. 30. He communicates to all of us differently. You, chapter 1, verse 30. Don't be afraid, Mary. The angel told her, "For you have found favor with God. You will conceive and give birth to a son, and you will name him Jesus." This is where Mary got the instructions from an angel. And chapter 2, verse 10. Verse 10. But the angel reassured them. "Don't be afraid," he said. "I bring you good news that will bring great joy to all the people." Also, the Lord also communicates to us through dreams. In Genesis 28, probably not going to have time to go through all these, but there's so many different things in the Bible of the different ways that the Lord communicated with people in the Bible, and he does it still today with us. Genesis 28, verses 10 through 22. "Then take the food to your father so he can eat it and bless you before he dies." "But look," Jacob replied to Rebekah, "my brother Esau is a hairy man, and my skin is smooth. What if my father touches me? He'll see that I'm trying to trick him, and then he'll curse me instead of blessing me." But his mother replied, "Then let the curse fall on me, my son. Just do what I tell you. Go out and get the goats for me." So Jacob went out and got the goats for his mother. Rebekah took them and prepared a delicious meal, just the way Isaac liked it. Then she took Esau's favorite clothes, which were there in the house, and gave them to her younger son, Jacob. She covered his arms and the smooth part of his neck with the skin of the young goat. And she gave Jacob the delicious meal, including freshly baked bread. So Jacob took the food to his father. "My father," he said. "Yes, my son," Isaac answered. "Who are you, Esau or Jacob?" Jacob replied, "It's Esau, your firstborn son. I've done as you told me. Here is the wild game. Now sit up and eat it so you can give me your blessing." Isaac asked, "How did you find it so quickly, my son?" "The Lord your God put it in my path," Jacob replied. And Isaac said to Jacob, "Come closer so I can touch you and make sure that you really are Esau." So Jacob went closer to his father and Isaac and touched him. "The voice is Jacob's, but the hands are Esau's," Isaac said. So Isaac prepared to bless Jacob. "But are you really my son Esau?" he asked. "Yes, I am," Jacob replied. Then Isaac said, "Now, my son, bring me the wild game. Let me eat it, and I will give you my blessing." So Jacob took the food to his father, and Isaac ate it. He also drank the wine that Jacob served him. Then Isaac said to Jacob, "Please, come a little closer and kiss me, my son." So Jacob went over and kissed him. When Isaac caught the smell of his clothes, he was finally convinced. He blessed his son. He said, "Ah, the smell of my son is like the smell of from the outdoors, which the Lord has blessed. From the dew of heaven and the richness of earth, may God always give you abundant harvests of grain and bountiful new wine. May many nations become your servants, and may they bow down to you. May you be the master over your brothers, and may your mother's sons bow down to you. All who curse you will be cursed, and all who bless you will be blessed." As soon as Isaac had finished blessing Jacob, and almost before Jacob had left his father, Esau returned from his hunt. Esau prepared a delicious meal and brought it to his father. Then he said, "Sit up, my father, and eat my wild game, so you can give me your blessing." But Isaac asked him, "Who are you?" Esau replied, "It's your son, your firstborn son, Esau." Did I just read the wrong thing? This is 28, 10 through 22. 10 through 22. Wait, no. Oh, I was reading, I mixed them two up. I'm sorry, guys. So, in conclusion, the Lord, he communicates to us in all different ways, and I have all different things, but angels, dreams, the writing on the wall with Belshazzar, the talking donkey in Balaam, the pillar of cloud and fire, Jonah being swallowed by a fish, verbally with Abraham, Moses, Jesus at his baptism, and Paul, and with Moses by fire. To us, Jesus, God, only begotten Son. God bless you all. Have a good day.